I think it's cool. You've got something to lean on. And I feel sorry for people that are struggling through life and they have no hope. I don't think the college advisors have anything really that can really help young people. Okay, I went to a country school in a rural school in Minnesota through the 8th grade. But I was a little old when I started school. I was, 7 years old when I started school. So I was 7 and 8 years old in the 1st grade. I have 6 brothers and sisters. And my parents were very foxy. They had boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. So anyway, but I was the last one and a girl. 4 of my brothers and sisters had left home when I was born. Tom was 4 years older than me. So Tom and I kind of grew up together. But it was like everybody else was. It was a depression. And everybody else was in the same fix. And we were lucky because my parents had some land and we could raise our gardens. My mother planned, raised enough potatoes and put in a neighbor's cellar. How important he's been in my life. What more, hey, I'm so glad I grew up in a Christian home. My parents had come to know the Lord after they were married somewhere along the road. There was a student from Bethel, I think, that came into the area, and I think he led them to the Lord. My brother Don, I don't know if you knew him, he was very, very evangelical during a period in his life. He wrote poetry and he talked to everybody about the Lord. So one night, by the kerosene lamp, he said, I got to talk to you. So that night he talked to me about accepting Jesus. My eldest brother got a job when this epileptic colony opened, and that was very interesting because they did not have much funding from the United States. So my brother went there, and he'd grown up on a farm, so he developed a farm. And they had cattle, and they had raised crops. Now this is in Minnesota, so it was winters, but he did a tremendous job in developing so that the place could become more self-supporting, at least provide food. The World War II, I joined the Cadet Nurse Corps, United States Cadet Nurse Corps, and I was sent to the University of Minnesota, and I took my nursing there. Well, that's how I was in the Cadet Nurse Corps. I was in the military, and they sent me to my nursing. I chose the University of Minnesota. Don was a Marine, and he was a good Marine, and the night they were being shipped off to go to fight Japan, and his training was on the beach off of San Diego, and they taught these Marines to walk up to their knees in sand. So when they landed somewhere in the world, and I think Japan maybe had beaches, I don't know, but I think there was some connection. But they learned to walk in sand up to their knees. Now you tell me that carrying their heavy military equipment, now that was in San Diego. But I went on to school and I got my master's in public health. Now this is kind of funny because Ethiopia was a man's country. And everything was an obstacle. First place, my white face and my blue eyes. You really know? Ethiopia has a history to go back way. You remember in the Bible it says about an Ethiopian eunuch. What made me want to go there? Because I'm a Christian and I'm very interested in other countries, and there was a shortage of nurses and I joined the United States Cadet Corps. That was it. And I was a public health nurse, so I went there and started medical work. They were in need, a needy country. That would be maybe the nicest way to say. Wherever I went, I started medical work, but I had to train the Ethiopians to do them. See, Ethiopia was trying to recover from the Italian rule that came about in World War II, and there are many histories of World War II that have never been written for various political reasons. My brother Don and I both became missionaries. He was a medical doctor and he went to Ethiopia. I went to Ethiopia first and then he came later. I think I was married for about 20 years, but I don't even know the dates. John never traveled much with me that I remember. I think I had done most of my traveling before that and after John died. Somewhere along the line I went back and got my master's in public health with my specialty in pediatrics, I think. Because I figured you help the kids and make healthy kids, they'll be healthy adults. Well, you know, the young people nowadays, I've been wondering about them, and I don't know. It depends on many kids have learned to be lazy living with their parents. So they've never thought about where they're going to get their sandwiches. You need to get an education or some kind of a skill so you can get your bread. Okay, you're going to get a PhD. Okay, yeah, but hey, where's your sandwich coming from? Food is never discussed in all these great discussions, meetings, where you're going to get your food. Somehow or other, I was smart enough to take out nursing home insurance. But outside of that, and that was kind of funny, because that was when I was working and everything, but this person came and started talking to me about nursing home insurance. And people said, they're just trying to get your money, don't listen to them. You don't need insurance. Nursing home insurance? Who ever heard of that? Who ever heard of anybody going to a nursing home? But I listened. Complain to not complain. But I've always known this since I was a child. When people get in their 60s, they don't have a food source. Same way with the young people, where they're going to get their food. And now that's an issue that is never really brought up to the young people, of where you're going to get your food. I think if a person has a job, they should look into nursing home insurance. And if you don't have a job and live on welfare or getting aid from the, and there's nothing wrong with that. People can be working people and getting aid for various reasons. Maybe they're handicapped, maybe, who knows. But the main thing is you've got to think about how you're going to get your sandwich when you get old.